So, apparently Tomi Lahren, the resident white coon, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up. She decides she wants to talk about the issue of protesting, what Colin Kaepernick, him protesting. She want to talk about that with someone. And instead of getting any number of black people out here who dedicate themselves to liberating the black mind, talking about black issues, she rings up motherfucking Percy Miller, aka Master P. I'm gonna let y'all watch this interview. I shaved some of it out, but you'll be able to see the gist of what the fuck Master P had to add to the conversation.
Thank you, first of all, for being here.
Yes.
You know, I'm a little controversial, but I like to attack these issues head on and talk about them. And sometimes that rubs people the wrong way, but I think that the conversation is what's most important.
Me and you is not going at each other because we're trying to figure out who the smartest, who the best. No, we're not doing that. We're having a social conversation. Hopefully that the rest of the world could see that we doing this way, and that they could agree on sitting down and discussing instead of being angry with each other.
Well, I want to get into the main thing right now because we know what's going on in the country.
Yeah.
I want to know about the kneeling, and I want to know what you think about the kneeling for the national anthem, NFL, and I think it's spread beyond the NFL, but obviously it got to start with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national anthem, and now it seems as though we've got hundreds of players doing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think with Cap, what he's doing, he expressed his opinion, and I feel like if the NBA or the NFL, I mean, these are professional athletes that make a lot of money, and they're there to play a sport. And whatever their religion or what they believes in, that's on them. And I feel like the only way that what they believe in is really going to change is through ownership. And I say it all the time, if you don't own nothing, you got to play by the rules. And which we love America, we love the flag, and this is one of the greatest countries in the world. This is the land of free expression, freedom of speech. So I don't get offended by it either way. Whether who's right or wrong is not my opinion. I can respect that he's truly believe in something. He lost his job for what he believed in. He should still be in the NFL right now. But what he done, is he gonna ever get back in the NFL? I don't think so.
Now, we both know what happens. We both know that there are problems with certain officers, but the way, to me, the NFL is blowing this up, and others in the entertainment world and the sports world, is that this is an epidemic, that police are out to get young black men. I mean, you're the father of a young black man.
Yeah.
Did you raise your son to be fearful of the police? I feel like that's the problem.
So let me tell you, it's been times where I thought the police handled me wrong. It's been times when I needed the police and they was there. So I'm like, you know what? These are just people in uniforms. And so I don't get caught up with the police, even if some of them are overdoing it. You know, maybe they had a bad day. So you know what? I put my trust in God, and I just got to do what's right. And none of us perfect. And sometimes you might tell that same person that's being rude, angry to you, I kill him with kindness. Say, you know what, sir, how's your day? It changed the whole mood. I don't get caught up because I think if you get caught up and you start coming with aggression, that person has a gun. You don't have a gun. That person can take you to jail. You won't have to pay to get out. So it's like, you know what? Let's come to a happy medium.
From my perspective, it seems like, well, this is such a great country. I mean, you're making $19 million a year to throw a ball, and you're not happy with your country, and you're saying that flag doesn't represent you and it oppresses you. I mean, that's, for me, that's where they lost me.
But things change. That's what you got to realize. It's not 40, 50 years ago. Like me and you sitting down doing this interview together, things have changed. It's really not about black or white. People don't realize it's about freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and just us being people.
That's y'all's boy. I mean, Master P is supposed to be some type of, you know, people have him paired up with Black Power and shit like that. I don't see anything wrong with that, but he clearly dropped the goddamn ball in this interview, jumping around, dodging around the fucking questions, tiptoeing, talking about we love America. Motherfucker, who is we? And then you're going to sit here and have her say well, you know, she don't see that the cops being brutal is an epidemic. Everybody's blown out of proportion. Master P start talking about how he kills cops with kindness. Motherfucker, they're not killing you with kindness. There is no kindness going on when them motherfuckers shoot in your back because you're running, because you're black. They're scared, so you get murdered. There is no killing with kindness. I don't know what the fuck Master P's talking about. He talks about this freedom of speech and shit like that. Motherfucker, clearly speech ain't free, or he wouldn't have lost his job. Colin wouldn't even have lost his job. He would still be in the NFL, which is no place for black men at this point. I've decided that the NFL is no place for black men. I'm not going to come in here and speak on the plight of the black man in the NFL because these weak coward motherfuckers are too dedicated to money to do anything for themselves, especially after the Houston Texans dude basically called them inmates on a fucking prison. You can't have the inmates running the prison. This is how these motherfuckers think. Black folks still run out there playing for them, being the entertainment for white folk. So I'm done as far as me having an issue. If they're going to allow themselves to be treated like that, then let them fucking be treated like that. It is what it is at this point. Black men are being fucking weak. I don't know. I know the mentality that a lot of black men have when they're faced with this white water in their motherfucking face. They got white water sitting in front of them, and a lot of them will be passive. They will be, you know, soft speaking to white folk. We saw Charlamagne the God do it with this white bitch. We saw Trevor Noah do it with this white bitch. They always want to soft shoe around the motherfucking issues. Master P says, well, when a cop is being rude, not the fact that a lot of these motherfucking cops, I mean, to me, the whole Ku Klux Klan is racist as fuck, or either they're out here trying to oppress poor middle-class people, period. You don't talk about the history of the goddamn slave patrol. You don't talk about any of the motherfucking history. This bitch talking about the military being disrespected when you have examples of military personnel that are standing behind Kaepernick, who support Kaepernick. He didn't even mention that shit. Who the fuck called in Percy Miller to speak for black folk? This bothers the fuck out of me because I get tired of us being misrepresented out here. They didn't call up Umar or nobody like that. They got Percy Miller in there to tiptoe around issues and talk about God and talk about killing motherfuckers with kindness. This is the type of talk that black men are doing out here. And this is why they're still being subjugated and in the situations that they're in. Tomi Lahren could have had Colin on there. He could have spoke for his fucking self. Dude ain't dead. He out here. And well, he probably wouldn't even want to talk to the white bitch, which I don't see how many people would want to talk to the white bitch. But at least if you're going to go on there to talk to her, you schooling her motherfucking ass. You're not letting her control the fucking narrative and act like somehow we view America the same way. You as a white woman and me as a black man, we have the same ideology. We have the same mindset, the same perception of what the fuck this country is. You have clearly ignored all of the motherfucking history, which is why you were insulted, which is why you made it about the military. This is the reason that you got to the point you're at right now. Tommy. That's how you got here. Master P didn't tell her how she got there. He wasn't interested in telling her how she got there. He was interested in them having a conversation, which nothing actually came out of the conversation other than black men are sitting around cooning. Still.